Hey, I'm Taylor, and my brain's a mess. If yours is too, welcome. This podcast is for folks who feel overwhelmed, anxious, or just tired of pretending everything's fine. I'm a therapist, but this isn't therapy, it's real talk about being a human. Let's dive in. Today, we're diving into one of the most disorienting experiences of trauma recovery: emotional flashbacks. Unlike a traditional flashback where you vividly relive a memory, emotional flashbacks are more sneaky. You don't see something, you feel something. Something from the past crashes into your body in the present without warning and without a clear reason why. So today let's talk about what emotional flashbacks are, how they show up, why they happen, and how to ground yourself when one takes over. An emotional flashback is when your nervous system reacts to the present as if it's the past. You might not be consciously remembering anything, but your body suddenly feels afraid, helpless, worthless, unsafe, abandoned, or overwhelmed. And the moment you're in might seem totally ordinary. A text from someone you love, a tone of voice, a conversation that seems low stakes, a small disappointment. But your internal response is huge. You go from zero to meltdown or shutdown or rage or even a shame spiral. That's because a current situation is echoing a past wound, and your body, without asking, has decided to protect you. So let's name some real-life emotional flashback experiences. You might get feedback at work and feel like a failure even though it was constructive. A partner might say, "We need to talk," and your heart drops like they're about to leave you. Someone ignores your message, and you spiral into "I'm unlovable." Or you get overwhelmed by a to-do list and suddenly feel frozen, small, or incapable. These responses aren't about now. They're about old pain, unmet needs, or unsolved stories. And because emotional flashbacks don't come with clear memories, we often don't realize what's happening. We just feel broken, overly sensitive, or out of control. But you're not broken. You're triggered. And your body is trying to protect you using an old survival map. Now let's get a little brainy for a second. Your nervous system uses neuroception to detect safety or danger, even before your thinking brain kicks in. If you've experienced trauma, especially complex or developmental trauma, your neuroception might be hypersensitive. That means it's always scanning for cues that feel like past harm, even when you're safe. So a raised eyebrow, a delayed text, an offhanded comment, boom, survival mode. Even though the situation doesn't warrant it. It's not about logic, it's about pattern recognition. Your nervous system recognizes a feeling and fills in the blanks, fast. And suddenly you're 6 years old again, emotionally in a 35-year-old body trying to finish a work meeting. So here are some signs that you're in an emotional flashback. Your emotional reaction feels way bigger than the situation. You feel young, small, or powerless. You can't think clearly or access adult reasoning. You suddenly hate yourself or feel bad for no clear reason. Or you have the urge to run, hide, shut down, or explode. Or you might feel dissociated or not quite present in your body. The key phrase here is, this reaction does not match the moment. That's often the giveaway, that something old has been activated in something new. So here's what to do when it happens. You don't need to just snap out of it. You can just come back to the present gently. Here's how. The first is to orient to now by naming 5 things you can see. If you can, touch something solid and say out loud, "I'm here, I'm safe, this is now, not then." You're reminding yourself gently that the time has passed. Step 2 is to tend to your inner child. Often emotional flashbacks are just your younger self saying, "I don't know how to do this alone." So you might want to try placing your hand on your heart or belly, saying, "You're safe now. I've got you." Or writing a short note to your younger self in your mind. This isn't corny, it's powerful. You are reparenting the part of yourself that never got support in the moments that it needed it. And the third is to not demand logic right away. You don't need to explain why it's happening. You don't need to solve it. You just need to regulate first and reflect later. So one of the hardest parts of emotional flashbacks is the aftermath. You might feel embarrassed or ashamed or even frustrated with yourself. That's normal, but it's also another layer of the trauma response. So here's your reframe. That wasn't me losing it. That was part of me asking for protection. You are not too much. You are someone who never got to fully process some of your hardest moments. And know that you're safe enough to feel them, your body is letting them surface. That's not regression. That's healing. So if you've been struggling with sudden waves of emotion, seemingly out of nowhere, you're not broken. You're remembering through your body. And while emotional flashbacks can be overwhelming, they're also an invitation to slow down, to tend to old pain, and to reclaim the safety you didn't have back then. You don't have to stay stuck in the past. You just have to keep returning to the present, one moment, one grounding step at a time. That's it for today. Thanks for being here. If this episode helped you feel a little more human, share it with someone who gets it. You'll find links to blog posts, the Safe and Sound Protocol, and other stuff I mentioned at innerhearttherapy.org. Take care of your messy, brilliant brain. I'll catch you next time.